Hello, hello, good evening, guys.
Good evening, teacher.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
Hello, perfect. Hello,
And you, how are you?
pretty good, thanks. Okay, let me, oh, it's okay. So sorry for the delay. I was eliminating some videos. I have to eliminate some videos to be able to record it today class, so that's why we are delayed 5 minutes, but well, we're going to start today. So yesterday we were working, let me check. We were working with quantifiers, right? That was the last part of the class. Yes or no?
Yes, for today.
Hmm? Yes, that was the last part. And we start with quantifiers, a lot of, many, and much. Is that true or not?
Yes, it's true.
Hmm. Okay, so I was telling you yesterday that quantifiers help us to define quantities. Los cuantificadores nos definen cuantidades to classify them. At this point, you can identify countable and uncountable nouns. So that would be easier to classify these quantifiers. Between which one you can use with both categories, both countable and uncountable, and which one you can use just with countable and just with uncountable. Yesterday we studied a lot of many and much, and if I'm not wrong, also some. That was the last one. Some? Yeah or no?
Yes, it was the last one.
That was the last one. Okay, then me just want to take an description according to the list to know how many students are connected. Okay, let me change here. Okay, now I will share again. Okay, so this moment, okay, let me move on here, and okay, as you can see in this presentation, in this slide, you have different type of food, different nouns. Some of them are countable and some of them are uncountable. So if I write here, there is and there are, and you want to use the expression or the quantifier a lot of, you can use it with both categories. But which would be the correct? We're going to practice this type of expressions. So let's see, according to list. So let's see. Okay, Javier, help me with the first. Help me with the first one. That will be which will be the correct expression? There is a lot of meat or there are a lot of meat.
Sorry, I had microphone off.
Okay, go ahead.
And there, let me see. Okay. Mm, ah, there is a lot of meat.
Yes, there is a lot of meat. And Hector, why there is and not there are?
Because it's ya tiene un peso
And
establecido.
Isa?
Because it's uncountable.
Countable.
Yes, because it's an uncountable. Exactly. Both answers are correct because you have a measure and because it's uncountable. Las dos respuestas son correctas porque tiene un peso. Ajá, y los que podemos pesar, las cosas que podemos pesar, decíamos que eran incontables. Entonces nos lleva como a la misma respuesta. Decimos there is y no there are porque estamos hablando de un incontable. There is a lot of milk. Okay, now Sonia, if I change the picture and I put this one, cookies.
There are a lot of cookies.
There are a lot of cookies, exactly. And Byron, why there are and not there is?
Is there are because the cookies are countables.
Because we can count cookies, exactly. And are many cookies, several cookies. Okay, now Fatima, what about, yes, it's Fatima. Which one? There is or there are?
There is a lot of milk.
There is a lot of milk. And Marcela, why there is and not there are?
Because the milk is countable.
Because milk is uncountable. And what about Hector? What about this one?
There are a lot of orange.
And orange is countable or uncountable?
Countable.
It's countable. So what does mean? A lot of can be used with both countable and uncountable. It doesn't matter when you want to talk about several nouns. It doesn't matter if you want to talk about countable or uncountable noun. Just be careful with verb to be. Now, if we change, we have another expression that can be used to talk about several, many, and much. But here, we should classify between countable and uncountable nouns. We have to be careful. And the type of sentence that would be the same. You can say, there is and there are. Okay. I will put this. Okay, move a little bit and let's see. Help me, David. Okay. If I select this one, what is it?
Okay. Many. There are many. No sé si cajas.
Boxes. Boxes.
Boxes.
Yes.
There are many boxes.
Perfect. There are many boxes because boxes, you can count it.
Countable.
So they countable, exactly. Okay, let's move this and this. Now, Hector, what about gold?
There are many goals.
Let's see.
There is much gold.
There is much gold. Why? Why you change the answer?
Because it's the material.
Perfect. Because it's a material. Exactly. It's a material, so you say there is much gold. Exactly. Perfect. Now, what about photos, Javier? Can we count them or not? The photos.
Photos. There are many photos.
Yes, there are many photos because we can count them. Exactly. There are many photos. Perfect. Thank you so much. Now, what about sugar? Let's see, who else? Let me move. Okay, Fatima, what about sugar?
There is much sugar.
Exactly. There is much sugar. Perfect.
Sugar.
Yes, there is much sugar. Now, Sonia, what about if I talk about ice cream?
There is much ice cream.
There is much ice cream. Exactly. Abby, why Sonia select is much and not there are many ice cream?
Because ice cream is uncountable.
Yes, it's an uncountable noun because it's a creamy substance. Yes. And if you combine it, we cannot count them. You can count the balls. For example, if you have a cone and you got to buy one ice cream, one cone, and you ask for one ball of vanilla flavor and one coffee flavor. You have two balls, so you are counting just the balls. But if you talk about ice cream in general, you cannot count, right? Is that true or not?
Yes,
Bueno, si tenemos el helado, si a veces hay expresiones que nos ayudan a contabilizarlos. Si tenemos la bolita de helado en cupón, ahí se le pueden contar, porque están contando las bolas de helado. Una de vainilla, una de café. Pero si ya hablamos del helado en general, como un todo, es una sustancia cremosa, entonces ya no lo podemos contabilizar. Sí, y la respuesta acá, there is much ice cream. Now, if I change loose, what is it?
Toys.
Toys.
There are many toys.
There are many toys, exactly. There are many toys. Yes. And the last one, Marcela, help us with this one. What is it?
There is much smoke.
Yes, there is much smoke. Yes, there is much smoke. Perfect. Exactly. Now, much is for uncountable things, and many you only can use it with countable things. All of these are countable, this is countable, and all of them are uncountable. So, many for countable, much for uncountable nouns. And you have the three expressions. A lot of, many, and much. The three of them are talking about large quantities of something, but you can use it in different situations. A lot of with both categories, many just with countable, and much just with uncountable. And then we have some. Okay, the expression some is similar to a lot of. Why? Why is similar? Because you can use it with both countable and uncountable. When which situations can we use some? When it's not big, but it's not small. It's like a neutral quantity. Someone, I think was in this group, I think was Juan, but he's not today with us. He told me is, okay, excuse me. He's asking me that he cannot get into the... Let's see. Can some of you send again the link in the WhatsApp group because Juan is telling that he cannot get into. No les dio problemas para ingresar a la reunión. Que él le está diciendo que no puede ingresar.
No,
No, teacher.
Y le voy a enviar el enlace de nuevo.
Bueno, yo intenté ingresar con el enlace, solo me parecía cargando y nunca cargaba. Lo que hice fue copiar el ID que aparece ahí, después ingresé el código.
Ujú, ok. ¿Y por qué? Bueno, qué raro, tal vez se puede ingresar ya después. Porque vaya, el enlace que tienen en la descripción del grupo, ese creo que les deja entrar directo, sin poner el ID ni la contraseña. Que de hecho sería el mismo, solo les aparece como deben de esperar a que sean aceptados, ¿verdad? O a que inicie la reunión, les dice. Pero no. Okay, let's continue. Maybe he can join later because yes, there is the link. Okay, so some, I was saying, some is similar to a lot of. Why is similar? Because you can use it with both categories, countable and uncountable. And the meaning, now the meaning, in which situations can we use when you talk about not big and not small quantities? Is neutral. And some of you told me yesterday, it's like a lazy expression. Yes, because it's like neutral. So let's try the same exercise. We have there is and there are, and we have some. If I put this picture, Abby, help us. Which will be the correct structure? There is some pasta or there are some pasta?
There is some pasta.
There is some pasta. Perfect. Now, Luz, what about this? What is it? First of all, what is it?
There are. I don't remember the name.
Wolves.
Wolf?
Wolves.
Yeah. There are some wolves.
Wolves, yes. Okay, Javier, give us the singular, wolves. Yes, wolves, like this. But when you create plural, it becomes wolves with B. Let's show you. Here is the. Like it's in this category. Let's see. Like this. Why? Wives. Like, lives. Love, loves. Wolf, wolves. Because it's ending with B. And you change the letter F. I cannot move it. Sorry. It's the other side. Now, yes, you can see it. See? You eliminate F and you add B. B. That's why. But you told me there are some wolves, right? That was your answer, Luz?
Teacher,
Yes.
the
There are some
pronunciation
wolves.
and between the wolf and wolf.
Wolves.
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 Yes. Wolves. Okay. The translate, Hector, you were asking about translate? About which word or which sentence?
Sorry, teacher.
You asked something, but I was not able to hear you.
I don't understand.
You asked something, right? You asked me something. Did you ask me something? Si me preguntaste algo, pero es que no se escuchó. Dime.
Just the pronunciation.
Oh, wolves. Wolves.
In the singular.
Wolf. Wolf.
Wolf. Wolves.
Wolves. It's on the S at the end. Wolf,
Okay.
like if you are reading the word, wolf, and wolves. Wolves.
Wolves. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Then what about water? Marcela, what will be the correct? There is or there are?
There are some water.
Sure. With water?
No. There is some water.
Yes, there is some water because it's uncountable.
Uncountable. Yes.
It's uncountable. Yes, it's uncountable. Juan me sigue preguntando que no puede entrar a la reunión. Pero no sé.
Que trate de ingresando solamente el ID y después el código. Porque si ingresé ayer y hoy.
Ok, thanks. Sí, porque según yo no tendría que darle problema, ¿verdad? Pero qué raro, porque les hubiera dado problema a ustedes también. Pero, bueno. Okay. And let's see. Okay, we have apples. Javier, there is or there are?
There are some apples.
Yes, there are some apples. So that's why yesterday, let me move. We have this part complete. A lot of, many, much, and some. So do you have questions in this part about the use or the situation in which we can use it? No?
No, it's clear.
No, teacher.
Okay. So in the next part, we have the other group of quantifiers. A few, a little, a, and any. Okay, with a few and a little is the opposite from much and many. A few and a little, we use it when you want to talk about small quantities. There are a few eggs in the fridge, or there is a little sugar in my cup. A few, countable. A little, uncountable. Okay, we have, there is, and let's talk about this one. What is, if I ask you, Byron, what is it?
I don't know what is that.
You don't know, okay. Marcela, do you know the answer? Excuse me, tell me.
Hello?
Chocolate? No?
No, it's not chocolate.
Pepper.
Yes, pepper. Yes, it's not coffee, it's not chocolate, it's pepper. It's like black pepper.
What
Yes.
does it mean, papers?
Excuse me?
What does it mean, paper?
Pepper. It's kind of a powder, a condiment that we use to prepare food or to season food.
Okay.
Pepper. Okay. So pepper, it's countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
It's uncountable. Yes. And we use a few or a little.
A little. There is a little paper.
There is a little pepper, exactly. Because it's uncountable, we have to use it. And the quantifier should be for uncountable. So you say a liter. There is a liter pepper. Okay, perfect. Now if I change, Abby, what is it?
I think cherry.
Cherry, exactly. And which one do you select? A liter or a few?
There are a few cherries.
Yes, there are a few cherries, exactly. There are a few cherries, perfect. Now let's see, Sonia, what is
There, in this case, there is I confused it.
Okay, try it. There is? Okay, it's okay. Now, a liter is for a
Red.
uncountable.
But in this case, if I see the picture, it's one piece of bread.
Okay, okay. Change the structure if you tell me.
No, there is a little bread, a few bread.
A liter, a few. Okay, I will explain this. There is a piece. You tell me. Okay, if you remember, we talked about defining quantities. Yes, you are right. Like this one, right? A piece of bread or a slice of bread. A piece. Okay, but if you create this sentence, you are not using the quantifier. You are changing. So you become bread, a quantifier. Yes, a quantifier noun. Why? Because you eliminate a letter. So both are correct. There is a piece of bread. It's just one piece of bread. But if you say a liter, it's a tiny portion. Un poco de. So that's, in this situation, you have to select between a liter and a few. A liter for uncountable and a few for countable. Por eso nos cambia. Vaya, si tenemos la expresión there is a piece of bread, ahí sí es un trozo de pan. Pero si queremos decir un poco de pan, no el trozo, sino que un poco de pan. Ahí ya tendremos que ocupar a liter. Un poco de pan. There is a liter of bread. Now, ¿vamos bien? ¿Por qué la diferencia de que aquí tenemos there is a liter y puede ser there is a piece? Sonia?
Yes.
It's okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. There is a liter bread. Or there is a piece of bread. Solo que acá eliminamos el cuantificador porque ya es un trozo de. Y ya no estamos ocupando estas palabritas. Pero las dos son válidas, no hay problema. Ahora, tenemos apples. Okay, volunteer. A liter or a few?
There are apples.
There?
There are apples. There are a few apples.
There are
a few apples. Apples, yes.
There are a few apples.
Yes.
Because they are countable. Exactly.
Countable nouns.
Countable nouns. So, a few is for countable, like cherries, apples, and a liter for uncountable, like pepper and bread. If you still have questions about what it is. Okay, this is a condiment. We used to put it pizza, but it's not this one. This is a chili pepper, but just the pepper is the condiment. But
that's the difference, no?
Yes,
Just for Chile, it become a Chile, like Salvadorian chiles, you know.
Yes, yes.
And just pepper is
But
like it's like solo pimienta. Got it?
that is. Yes, it's yes, it's a condiment, it's a powder. It's just for seasoning food. The pepper is the vegetable. Exactly, that's the difference. Now, if we continue with this one, that okay, we already studied this, a few and a letter. A few if you're talking about countable, and a letter for uncountable. And then we have a, and. With this, we have to be careful. Only can be used with countable nouns. With uncountable, never. Why? If we have this, a or n, okay. First of all, a is when the next word starts with a vowel or with a consonant. A. We have a
for consonant.
It's for consonant, exactly. And what about n? What about n?
It's for
When it's for vowel. When the next noun starts with a vowel, like a car, a banana, no. A car, a banana, a potato, a pepper. And when it starts with a vowel, when the noun starts with a vowel, like an onion, an apple, an airplane, and so on. Now, if I say there is one apple and there is an apple, is the same? It's the same? There is one apple and there is an apple?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, it's the same. There is no problem. We can use both expressions. There is one apple or there is an apple. Okay. If you remember about countable and uncountable, we have to relate them with the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay. With countable nouns, we can use numbers. But with uncountable nouns, we can't use numbers. So it's no numbers, right? No numbers. With countable, we can use it. With uncountable, we cannot use it. When we use a or n, is for singular nouns. But if you see one apple and an apple, is the same expression. So you have a number. You are talking about singular, countable nouns, but you cannot use it with uncountable nouns. Why we cannot use it? Because uncountable nouns never can be counted with numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So that's why we cannot use it. So if I say there is a water in the fridge, is that correct?
That's wrong.
Why?
Because the water is not countable, and you have to use some water.
There is some water, for example.
Yeah, there's some water.
Yes, there is some
not our water.
And not our water. In Spanish, we sometimes use the expression un agua, right? But no.
But it's wrong.
Yes, but in English, we cannot use it like that. A or N is just for singular countable nouns. Remember, every single time is for singular countable nouns. Singular countable nouns. Okay, if I ask you, Fatima, there is a juice on the table. Is that correct?
No, there is some use on the table.
There is a some
Use on the table.
Is that correct? Some use. There is some use on the table, or there is some.
Only some.
Perfect. Only some. There is some juice on the table because juice is uncountable. Now, what about if I say let's see. There is a silver in the table. Wait. On the table. Can we say it? There is a silver on the table. Is that correct?
What is the meaning of the silver?
Silver.
Silver, yeah. It's a material like iron, glass. Okay. Similar to gold, you know?
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
But is that correct? There is a silver.
Incorrect.
Yes. Why, Abby?
Because of silver is material and is its own countable.
So I have different options. We can say much, for example. We can use a lot of. We can use some. And we can use a little. All of those options we can use. There is much silver on the table. There is a lot of silver on the table. There is some silver on the table. Or there is a little silver on the table. But to say there is a silver on the table, no, we cannot use it. Okay, just every single time remember, A and N only can be used with singular countable nouns. Solo lo pueden ocupar con los elementos contables singulares. A veces nos podría confundir de que las dos expresiones A y N se pueden ocupar con los incontables porque como decimos, es que lo tomamos como un todo, lo tomamos como un pastel, una pizza, un pan. Sí, pero como ellos no pueden ser utilizados o no pueden ser contabilizados con números. Por eso les ponía los dos ejemplos. Decir, there is one apple es lo mismo que decir, there is an apple. Y desde el momento que ponemos one, ya hay un número ahí que solo se podría ocupar con un elemento contable. That's why with uncountable nouns, we can't use. Okay. Questions with this quantifier? Or is that clear?
Just one.
Yes.
Just one thought. What happened with the nouns hour? I saw many times that before hours is an hour, no hour. What happened with that?
Okay, because you are counting the hour. And in 1 hour, you have 60 minutes. So you can count it.
No, the question was, why you pronounce an if not an hour?
Oh, because
If
of the
letter
sound.
H,
Sound.
Because of the
just the sound.
sound. Yes, because it's a vowel sound.
Okay.
Because you have H, hour. You don't say hour. Okay. Most of the time when we have the letter H, we pronounce like J en español. Like hello, hi. Another one. Hello, hi.
Hell.
Hell.
Heat.
Heat. And I put G. Hell, heat, exactly. All of them sound like a J en español. But with the word hour, we don't have the G, G sound, right? Ya no tenemos ese sonido. So we have a vowel sound, tenemos un sonido de vocal. Ahí lo que nos suena es la O, hour. That's why you say an hour and not a hour, because it's too difficult to pronounce.
Just in this case, you remove the letter H. You join the an hour, an hour. Okay.
Yes, every single time, like in Spanish, we combine the sounds. Así como en español, siempre combinamos los sonidos. Si un sonido lo podemos juntar con la siguiente palabra, lo unimos como que fuera una sola. Así como lo solemos hacerlo en español. Acá decimos an hour por el sonido de vocal que tiene la palabra. Por eso tenemos A-N, porque si dijéramos a apple, se nos vuelve difícil poner a apple, o decir a ice, a airplane. Nos ralentiza, ya no nos da esa fluidez. Al ponerle la consonante N, cuando la siguiente palabra empieza con vocal, nos da ese espacio para que podamos unir las dos pronunciaciones, los dos sonidos. That's why you say an hour.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, perfect. And then we have any. Okay, any, you can use it in both situations. When you don't have nothing and when you want to ask okay. Any can be used in two situations. When you don't have nothing, there's not exist the element. Let's go back to this. Any can be used with countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, any refers to indefinite or unknown quantity. If you are asking something like, is there any bread? I'm not asking how much bread do you have. I just want to know if you have bread. Is there any bread? Are there any onions? Are there any cucumbers? Is there any water? Is there any juice? And I can continue. I just want to know if you have it. That's why I write this. If you have something, but it doesn't matter the quantity. Okay? I just want to know if you have it. But it doesn't matter how much or how many you have. Cuando estamos haciendo preguntas con any, solo quiero saber si tiene, si hay algo de ese elemento, sea contable o sea incontable. Pero no importa la cantidad. Si decimos, is there any bread? Es como que estemos preguntando en español, ¿hay pan? O, are there any onions? ¿Hay cebollas? Pero no pregunto cuánto. That's how we use any to create questions. That's why we have this. This one. In questions, any refers to indefinite or unknown quantity of something. Is there any bread? It's like to say, do you have any carrots, for example? Do you have any carrots? Am I asking for 2 carrots? Yes or no? Hector, am I asking for 2 carrots?
Sorry, teacher, can you repeat?
Am I asking for 2 carrots? If I say, do you have any carrots?
I had to answer.
No, the question is, si yo digo, do you have any carrots? Estoy preguntándole a la persona que si tiene 2 zanahorias.
No, si tiene, no estás preguntando cantidad, solo si tiene la...
Exactly. I'm not asking a quantity. I'm just asking if they have it. Como quien dice la existencia de, pero no cuánto, de ese elemento.
Por
Si le
ejemplo,
digo,
do you have any favorite movie?
do you have any favorite movie? That would be. Maybe I can answer, yes, I have 2 favorite movies. Or no, I don't have any favorite movie. That is the other use. Okay, I have a message. Okay, Javier, don't worry. Okay. So the first, Abby, you want to say something?
Yes, I have a doubt. So any use only in question, in negative, don't use positive.
Exactly. Perfect. You only can create questions and negative sentence, but positive, no. We cannot create positive sentence. When we use it in negative sentence, it's the absence or the lack of something. Like you say, there isn't any bread. There is no bread. No queda nada más de eso. Cuando ocupamos any en expresiones negativas, siempre tiene que ir la expresión en negación. Isn't, doesn't, don't, aren't, haven't, and so on. Siempre. Acompañado de any, porque any nos habla de la ausencia o la falta de algo. There isn't any bread, it means no bread, no bread, nothing, not a liter, not a pizza, not a slider, nothing. We eat all the bread at home. There isn't any bread. Or if you say there isn't any water, it means no water. We don't have water. Or if you say there aren't any apples, you don't have apples. Or tell me.
In this case, any is just for emphasize the fact that you don't have something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yes, exactly. When you don't
Got it.
have nothing. It's for emphasize. Any nos hace acá el énfasis, como nos dice Juan, de nada. Ya no me queda nada de, no hay nada de, se acabó, no existe. Está ausente. En esa situación vamos a ocupar any. Precisamente por ese uso en las negaciones, no lo podemos ocupar en afirmativo, porque sería contradecirnos. Like, there is any bread? No, it should be there isn't any bread. Solo lo podemos ocupar para hacer negaciones cuando ya no nos queda nada de eso. Y se puede hacer en preguntas, lo pueden ocupar en preguntas cuando quieren preguntar si hay algo, si existe ese elemento. Pero igual no hablamos de 4 manzanas, de un trozo de pan, ¿de qué? De 3 litros de agua. No, solo queremos saber si hay. Is there any bread? Are there any apple? Bueno, is there any apple? Or are there any apples? So be careful. We can use it with plural and singular. With countable and uncountable. So it's clear? You have questions with this expression? Any?
For me, everything is fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Abby?
yes.
Okay. Abby?
Yes, everything is clear.
Okay. Hector? Fatima?
I don't have any question, teacher.
Perfect. Fatima? Fatima is not there. David? Byron? Sonia?
All is clear.
No, teacher.
Thank you, here.
It's clear. Okay. And Sonia? Is missing Sonia?
Okay, it's clear, teacher.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's see what is missing in this presentation. Okay, just to finish with this topic, because that was the last topic of the unit 3. Let's see, we were working with there is and there are. We had our review. We also work with countable and uncountable nouns. Now you know how to identify them, and you know how to create questions with how much and how many, and also use quantifiers. So if I ask you, David, in the number 1, there is apple, which will be your answer?
There is an apple.
There is an apple. Exactly. Number 2, Abby?
There aren't any eggs.
Yes, there aren't any eggs. There aren't any eggs. That's okay. Now, there isn't, Hector, there isn't.
There isn't any sandwich.
There isn't any sandwiches. It doesn't matter if it's countable or not. There isn't any sandwich. Now, Sonia, number 4.
Some orange juice.
Some? You say some?
No. There is a some. No, there is an orange juice. But there is a some.
No, there is a orange juice.
Oh.
No.
There is some.
There is some. There is some. Exactly. There is some orange juice because it's the liquid, so we cannot count it. Okay, now number 5, Byron.
There isn't Any rice?
There isn't any rice. Exactly. Juan, number 6.
Okay, six.
Sí.
There
Six.
aren't any oranges. Any oranges.
Orange. Okay, now Hector, number 7. And then Fatima, number 8.
There isn't any milk.
There isn't any milk. Next one, Fatima.
There are some bananas.
There are some bananas. Happy. The next one.
Ya casi. Allá te el gorro.
Okay, Abby, are you there?
Yes. There is some bread.
There is some bread. Okay, David, next one.
Hello?
Yeah, tell me. Number 10.
Okay. There are some tomatoes.
Yes, there are some tomatoes. Hector, the next one. And then Marcela.
There isn't any cheese.
There isn't any cheese. No, Marcela is not here, I guess. Okay, Abby again. The next one.
Okay. There is an avocado.
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 Yes. Yes, it's weird. It's a weird word. Avocado. There is an avocado. Exactly. Then Juan, no, next one. And Sonia, the last one.
Okay, there isn't any ketchup.
There isn't any ketchup. And Sonia.
There is some water.
There is some water, exactly. Because it's an uncountable. Okay, guys, so we finished with this exercise. And also we complete the unit 3 today. So if you have questions, any doubts about the topic, you can write me on chat, on WhatsApp, sorry, and I will answer. Okay, there is no problem. If you have a question or teacher, I want to practice this topic because it's not clear for me, write me, send me a message, okay? There is no problem.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so guys, that will be everything for today, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Okay? I hope you have a great night too.
Thanks. Bye.
You're welcome, guys. It was
You
a
too.
pleasure.
Well, thanks. Welcome. See you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye. See you.
Good night.
Good night.